We're back with another Age of Mythology Retold point of view game. Today we're watching Hagrid. He is the Kronos player in the red, and he's playing against Baynek, I guess is how you would say that, as the Fuji in the blue. The map is not going to show up, but I think it's Valley of the Kings or Air. Actually, let me check on the side. It is Air. So it's the one where you get this big defensive thing that's in the middle. If I sound slightly different, it's because I've got a bit of a sore throat, but everything's fine. And the reason we're watching Hagrid is, first of all, I was just in Twitch chat in Kavoth's stream, and he said that this was a good game and he's playing well on Kronos. Also, Hagrid, he is a top 100 player. I just checked, he's rank 63. He's also one of the devs for Age of Mythology, so he knows a little bit about this game, and he's going to show us what he wants to do on the Kronos here. Now, I've played against Hagrid, I think, a couple of times, and he likes his 1TC aggression, which makes games against him really fun, because that's also what I like. Unless you get an insane second town center. Like, this town center is pretty good, but maybe it is a bit of a trek away. Actually, it's a pretty similar distance between this one too. So actually, this town center is not bad. What you could do is send your temple forward as the Kronos. You could put your temple, well, probably about here. Send in your Prometheans or your Automatons, whatever you decide to go for. Then bring your citizens over here, probably Prometheans that way, and then you valor up your citizens with a couple of manas next to this, and you get this up really, really quickly. And then you have loads of punch, loads of gold next to you, and it could be a really, really good time. But as I say, I don't think he's going to do this. I also should swap these guys around. I'm sorry here. And actually, we see already that he's chosen to go through Leto. So Leto is the choice. Actually, he decided to go off of that and then go, actually, I do want to go Leto. So he wasn't sure what he wants to go for. Bit of a split with the villagers. Also going for a really fast advance time, actually. There's like a 410. I don't know what the exact numbers are for Atlanteans nowadays, but it looks like a 410-ish. Temple is going forward, as we said. All right where I thought it would go. But the 2-2-2 split makes me think this is not going to be some kind of 2TC. I think it's going to be full sending. Potentially building up some... he actually didn't even build a mana. He went up at 15 out of 15 pop. This is a crazy build. So if you want to do a Kronos rush, this is what it's about. Then he can either choose to build some sort of military barracks at home. Maybe going along with the Automaton, you go for some Terma. It's actually something that I wanted to try to see whether that's any good. Automaton and Terma. It seems like it should be good. The Automaton are the front line. They also deal a bit of damage. They can heal themselves back up. And then the Terma are to deal with anything that wants to sort out your Automatons, especially against the Chinese, where their hero counts as an archer. So your Terma do really good damage towards it. We'll see what he's deciding to go for. He is going for counter barracks and bringing his temple back home. So just wanted to shift it forward just for so the Automatons could get a bit of damage in before running away. Looks like the Fuji player is still 45 seconds away. Nice little wall here. Nice quick wall to put a shutdown to any aggression onto that gold mine. Nice dodging of the arrows as well. So these heroes are here, but 0.5 damage isn't a lot. Times 11 still, but still not going to do much. But the Kwafu's going to come over and be able to build this up very, very nicely. Can probably heal it up as well. But still, this is gold that you need to spend to actually heal this back up. We can see that his gold is slowly going down. Actually, it's very, very cheap. It goes down by 1 every second or couple of seconds. So very, very cheap. And Hagrid, he has put on the aggression. He's also putting the deconstruct down. Waited for the wall to get healed up so much as well. Really love that. And then the Termas are going to start to come out. Hasn't time shifted any buildings forward yet. So this isn't an all-in kind of rush. And it looks like Baynek here wants to go for some kind of second town center. That was his original plan. You could see by kind of how many resources he had in the bank. But he's going to have to get some pioneers out instead. Going to have to drop some military buildings down. Also, the relics have also gone out. So if there was a hero oracle there, could have stolen it. I think there is an oracle becoming a hero somewhere. Just this one. It wants to provides a small wood trickle, which is really, really nice, especially if you want to go for some Termas, which are coming here. And Termas and Automaton are the choice. No upgrades yet, but getting out a hero oracle, getting out an extra oracle as well, will mean that he can get some decent upgrades in, which he is now getting these ones. So Hephaestus Revenge, which is the extra HP and they regen, as well as being able to build them back up, which is insane. And then this one is, here's vulnerability for everything. So Automatons get more, but also your human soldiers get extra pierce armor as well, which is really good into the pioneers. So maybe this is the Fuji counter, the Fuji that likes to go for lots of heroes and that sort of thing. There is the Naja to deal with, very, very strong hero, probably similar to the Greek Age 2 hero, like your Heracles or Atalanta, so something like that. He's probably that good. Just seeing this relic being grabbed. What's this one? Villagers farm faster. Probably not going to happen for a while, just considering the sheer amount of... We got, what, 20 animals there. Yeah, Hagrid is kind of holding back, though. I do like that he's kind of... If Baynek doesn't come and check, you don't know what Hagrid's going for. He could have gone for a second town centre of his own, which is quite common with Chrono's aggression, as we said earlier. He could have easily gone for this town centre, but he spent those resources on some Terma, so he needs to get some value from it. Maybe this town centre's been grabbed. Or maybe he's going to look for that town centre. We knew from the resources earlier that he did want to go for something. No, hasn't grabbed it yet. Nice spider eggs. Something about these spider eggs, hopefully he runs away from this. Something about these spider eggs that maybe people don't know that don't play these civs. But they actually give vision also. So you can just put it over a gold mine, put it over a gazelle patch here. And even though the villagers won't get slurped up by the spiders, you will still see where they are and then you can come and raid them. You could even use it on this back bit here whenever this oracle moves. You could put it on another gold mine. That's really, really nice. They will slurp up any normal units, but the heroes and the villagers, which was probably mainly what Fuji players pretty good at have here, can't really deal with it. But we haven't seen what our blue player actually has yet. We know that he has a couple of heroes. We saw them earlier. He doesn't have this town center. This one isn't scouted, but it would be worth just having a check. We did see watchtowers coming, and watchtowers, the upgrade's quite expensive now. It doesn't say when I hover over it, but I believe it's gone up by about 100, which is quite expensive. And yeah, the Naja, you've just got to deal with this guy. Keeping away from the Automaton is nice. That's the second temple taken down. The first one, you do get the resources back when you use deconstruction, but still. And Naja coming in here will be able to take down the Automaton, but you can heal him back up. Even if he dies, it isn't a big deal. As long as he dies over here, not over here. That's the main sort of difference that you want to deal with. You want to make sure that the really low HP ones are the ones that are going to die. They die in a way that you can build him back up, and it's like nothing happened. Also, it isn't like he gets one more life. He can just keep dying over and over again, and you just keep rebuilding him back up. And this is the issue with dealing with automatons, but it's also the issue with playing them. Whereas you want to push in at some point, but if you push in too early, then all your automaton die. You can't get in to rebuild them. It's going to be very, very difficult. Nice raid on this gold mine, though. These walls were really nice, but once this temple's gone down, he hasn't really been able to do anything with it. Another deconstruction coming down on the watchtower. Does give him a decent amount of resources, but a lot of resources were spent into putting watchtowers in. So this one is going to be more difficult to build up. You can send everybody in if he really wants to, but deciding not to. But this is kind of what I mean, is you don't want to lose them in this respect. But sending one in could be a good idea. Going after the walls. This side, so the second town center is up. We don't know how long that's been there for. Nice little move with this oracle so that he doesn't know that you can see that he's hunting from this side. It's going to be very difficult to really get in there. There's a town center here. You could run all the way around the side with a couple of Terma. But Terma raids, you need a decent amount of Terma to really get kills with raids. I think something like 10 is a good kind of group where you can probably two-shot a villager there. But anything more than that, like before ballistics, your Terma miss arrows when the villagers are moving to the left and right of them, so it's very hard to hit. So if the opposing player is on top of it, then they can deal with it very, very easily. But the Terma, they're going to go have a look. Looks like there is a little gap behind, so he might be able to run all the way back. But the thing is, I think this watchtower is going to spot him. Yeah, the watchtower does spot him. So what's he going to do with these villagers? I mean, he will have to move off these villagers anyway. Going to get a cheeky raid this side instead. Going for all the Quafu. Something we're not seeing so much lately. We're seeing lots of myth units, but looks like the Fuji here wants to go eco. He wants 2 town centers, and he wants his Quafus. Where did those villagers go? Did they just sneak up to the top? No, looks like they did go back. Probably went over here. Still getting a bit of a raid going on, which is very, very nice. 26 Termers plus a hero boy, and then 9 warrior automatons. What you can also do is you can heal up anything that's actually taking damage, which is really, really nice also. Don't know which one is actually taking damage. So yeah, you can just get one of these to actually heal him up and be absolutely fine. Still trying to get some Terma raids off as well. But even if he goes down, you can just heal him up afterwards. But yes, looks like Hagrid is doing the nice tech of just healing him up. So he will survive very, very nicely. Takes a little bit more damage. If you really want to be on top of it, you could get 2 to heal him. But then that's so much DPS lost. Even forcing out the Vanish is absolutely huge here. So second town center down. The eco isn't really... I mean, with all these raids, it's pretty equal anyway. A lot of Quafus here, so they are getting extra value from that. But still, I think it's a really, really nice 1TC aggression so far. And look at the army difference. It looks like the Fushi's just not even building an army, which I'm a little bit confused about. He's got all... Okay, I'm a bit confused. It's got all the resources. Looks like he's going through Gomang, so it's going to be quite hard to push in to this side, but he's just going straight for the town center, which I absolutely love. Get those houses up. Also, watchtowers. They're getting some decent value here, but I mean, there's just so many Terma. This is the ultimate greed from the Fushi here. I don't know how he's not getting out any heroes. I guess he can't because the Terma are just gonna wipe them out. Najar is in. This is one guy that you do have to kind of worry about. I mean, if he does get to the heroic age, which it looks like it is just about to get in, or it's going to be really close, does manage to get that in. Now he can drop down Forest Protection somewhere. He can get out his extra hero boy from the Imperial Academy, the one which stops the damage from all of the warrior automatons and does, you know, silly things. And also steal, or maybe that's the Mythic Age one, but stealing with the Sage also. This guy, I think it's called Wenzhong. And the Sage to also steal one of these automatons too. Could be nice. Just thinking, if a Sage steals an automaton, then it dies when it ends. If you had 2 of them, could he then heal him back up and then you just have an automaton? Now this is what we want to know. Zhang Jia. Okay, Wenzhong's a different guy. I think he might be the Nuwa hero. We're getting heroes are better. Siege coming in, Tech coming in. Could have actually built a second Imperial Academy. Probably would have been the play. Unless that's what he's doing over here. There is a bow layup though, so Hagrid does have... I mean, he has to keep going through, but the Fuji, he doesn't have a town center. He's got the resources for one, which almost, you know, can... Looks like that is what he's going for with that one Quafu. But the pressure from the automatons is just too much. Just 19. He isn't even building these ones back up. He's just like, I've probably got enough. Definitely build them back up. Could even go next stage. He looks like he could. Hagrid could go next stage. I think that's a good shout to buff these guys up. The hidden buff that you get. Well, not hidden buff, but the passive buff that you get just from going up to the next stage, which he is choosing Rhea. Which can steal away something from the enemy. Also have a couple of behemoths. Could time shift his temple forward if that's what he wants to go for. Just to get those behemoths in nice and early. Get the 2 behemoths because you're Kronos. Oh, look at this army. We're seeing now that the Fuji is getting loads. I kind of get where the Fuji is actually coming from here. These are super high value. These cost so much gold. 85 gold times 3 gone down. But I do get why he didn't build the straight heroes. Because the Terma just absolutely melt them. Second town center coming up as well. Surprised to not see the temple time shifted forward. Maybe it's just because he doesn't want to lose the relics if the temple goes down, maybe. But I would still really like the behemoth action to come out a little bit quicker. I was just waiting for this heroic age timing to go in attack. Also getting the copper weapons just so your boys do more damage. And then also moving into those medium catapulties. We've seen that there's a lot of horses coming in. So those are the counter to those boys. 4x multiplier, absolutely huge. So them, along with the Automatons, can be the front line for your Terma to do some damage. Also, Terma in the Heroic Age are actually pretty good. If you get Ballistics, these guys just feel so much better. I'm getting the old mail upgrade. Catapulties managing to steal a Tawu, and the Tawu gets his special straight away. The only thing is he's stolen a Tawu back with the Sage, and then the Tawu will be able to use his special on all the Automaton. Unfortunately, we won't be able to get the Automaton steal action to see if that's possible, but there's a very nice forest protection going on, and it's pretty scary. So much CC, with the Terma just staying put. They're an absolute, it's a death ball comp right now. Not something you usually see with the Terma, but the Automaton is in, and there was a second Automaton. We could have potentially seen it, but Baynek here just decides, nah, I've had enough. And we see the Terma Warrior Automaton combo. I think it's pretty good. I think Baynek, I mean, he played probably, after his second town center, I think he played this right, to be honest, to not build. I think maybe the macro could have got there a little bit quicker and then had a better game of it. But then staying 1 TC, building against it, I don't really know what you go for, to be honest. If someone knows how to counter this as China, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.